Are you passionate about media? Dreaming of telling stories that move the world? Whether you see yourself behind the mic, the camera, or the editing set, Majak is your launchpad. Journalist, content creator, filmmaker, photographer, digital media guru. Which one will you be? At the Media Academy for Journalism and Communications, Majak, we turn your passion into your profession. Get hands-on in journalism to break the big stories, digital media production to craft viral content, communications to shape messages that move millions, film and photography to tell your vision in every frame. With fully equipped radio and TV studios, modern computer labs, and pro-grade cameras, we prepare you for the real world of multimedia. Are you ready to make the headlines? Apply today. We are located at Bakau Newtown. You can call us today on 53-31545, 53-31545, or 3725-053, 3725-053. You can email us at communications@majak.gm. Better still, you can visit our website www.majak.gm. Majak, your story, your screen, your future.
Hello, wonderful viewers. Welcome to another vibrant edition of the Students Hour, a show where we inspire, empower, and connect you students to stories that matter. I am your host, Awaded. Today's episode promises to be inspiring and educative. We have a young man who is making big moves both at the Media Academy for Journalism and Communications and at the University of the Gambia School of Journalism and Digital Media. He is very hardworking, humble, and dedicated. And guess what? He is the youngest nominee of this year's National Journalism Awards. And that is what we're going to be talking about. He is not a new face on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Ibrahim Mbai to the Students Hour. Welcome, Ibrahim. First of all, how are you feeling today?
I feel excited and honored after hearing that introduction, but I'm humble too, right? And it's a pleasure to be back on the Students once again to discuss something that is so dear to my heart. And I believe as we continue discussing on this crucial topic, we would unfold a lot of things, So it's a pleasure to be back here once again, and I appreciate the invitation.
Thank you, and welcome once again. So before we get serious, tell us something fun about yourself, something that we don't know about.
Well, Ibrahim Bhai is that small boy, just 22-year-old. Always eager to learn. I think that is the benchmark, I can sacrifice everything for my education, for my learning, and I can be jumping from one place to another, multitasking. But it ensures that my primary aim is achieved. That is about me. Like, I want to achieve whatsoever I'm into. So I think that is more of, I am just the same Ibrahim Bhai. The same Ibrahim Bhai, yes.
Yes, so you are a student at the Media Academy for Journalism and Communications. You're also at School of Journalism and Digital Media. How did this entire journey start?
Well, the journey was a long one and quite inspiring from high school. Personally, for me, I had the intention of becoming a lawyer. That's why even in high school, I have colleagues who call me jurist, and that means somebody who is an expert in law. So that has been my aim. I want to be a lawyer, and but the plan, I have a lot of plans. I have plan A, plan B, and plan C. My plan A is to be a lawyer, plan B is to be, a journalist, and plan C is to, be, a politician to study political science, and plan D is to be a teacher. These are the some of it. So I realized that among all these plans, one would not fail if God, by God, by God's grace. So I ensured that I targeted. So when the law plan failed, I shifted to journalism. So I, started at Maja in 2022 at my foundation level. And I never regretted, started foundation. Those who were telling me you should have started a certificate. I decided not to. I started foundation level. So while at foundation level, I had to work on certain things because when I graduated, I could not meet the requirement to University of Gambia. English language, was it just was thing. But I never gave up, because when I was in grade 11, I had to do private was. I got to a very good result. But English D came back to was the same thing D, but I never gave up. I had, the maximum, but just English to get into university. So I did come to Majak, started foundation at Majak, and, from there, I went to certificate. I received private was. I got English, a very solid credit. Understand? So I decided to apply University of Gambia School of Journalism, and I was shortlisted and did the entrance exam. I passed the entrance exam, and I was officially a bona fide student of University of Gambia. So that's how things started. I was in my certificate level. I started taking both Majag and UT at the same time. Hectic. If I tell people, they'll tell me, "Are you okay? How are you able to take both Majag and UT at the same time?" For me, it's all about the passion, the readiness, and how do I really want to do this. I took that step on myself that if Fatima Kebe, who was that Majak, and same time I was doing it as a young lady, why not me? That was my concept. But I'm not married, I have no kids, so only place I have right now is to go to school, learn, and so that what I want to achieve, I achieve it. So I was taking my certificate level with UTG in my 4th semester. It was hectic. At times my classes collide, and but I have to wait to navigate. In fact, it pushes me to some courses I have to do to Faraba because my courses at SJDM collide directly, with my Maja classes. So in fact, I have to leave for Faraba to ensure that my courses do not collide. But I have a problem when it comes. Just a day for yesterday, I had an investigative exam at Majak 9 a.m. I had a test at the UTG 9 a.m. on the same time, the same day. So what now? It comes now balancing.
Yeah.
Yes, so I had to balance. I had to rush to UTG. It's a test, and here is an exam. I had to rush to UTG and do it test, and so I do it test within 30 minutes. I did it within 30 minutes. I was running from UTG to Majak to ensure that I do my, I do my exam. So I was able to catch up with my colleagues, did the exam, and alhamdulillah it was. And this is not the first time. That was the time. Sometime last semester I was doing media law and ethics exam at Majak, and at the same time I have media law and ethics test at UTG at the same time.
I think that's a bonus.
Yeah, so I had to, that one I started at Majak. From there, I rushed to UTG and completed the test. So it is hectic, but at times we have to sacrifice and so on. So that's my mantra is we will get there, inshallah. And by getting there, how do we get there? Is by being hardworking and understanding that I have a target. So that's how I'm coping. Alhamdulillah, Majak now, I'm in my advanced diploma, and soon, perhaps before my next semester or my 4th year, I will do with Majak and I will be considered on UTG. It's demanding, quite demanding, honestly, but we are grateful, and that's it.
It's quite hectic.
Absolutely.
And I think that has answered my question that I always ask, how do you balance the two?
I know.
Yeah. So, just a quick one. Since you had many options and journalism was not the first, so was there any moment that you said to yourself, yes, journalism is my thing?
Absolutely. If you know me, and my colleagues at Minda would tell you, if I meet with them right now, they tell me, what are you studying? I'm studying journalism. I'm not surprised. You like talking, press club, that time. We were present on the press club assembly, reading news. I'm personally being head of the news team. Minda, I used to go to Standard newspaper online and Far Network. I would get stories and, write them, for colleagues. So the moment I came to Majak, I started foundation. I get to know to myself that this is for me. This is a profession that I can sail through. Yeah, so that was the moment I realized that, yes, I wanted to be a lawyer because I was inspired by a colleague, senior lawyers who do very well. But now, to some extent, when I came to Majak, I believe I was on the right track. And that's the time I believe this is a profession for me and I'll be able to navigate through.
Yeah, so let's get to the real reason why we're here. Yeah, so you have been nominated as the youngest nominee for this year's National Journalism Award. Yeah. That alone is so powerful. So when you had this news, where were you and what was your reaction?
I was in Addis Ababa. I was coming from China. I was uncomfortable because we left China around 12 midnight and at 12 a.m. in the morning. Already Gambia would be around, let's say, around 2-3 in the afternoon. So I saw Anet's message when I was at the airport in Guangzhou that the nominees will be revealed on today 8 o'clock. So I realized that the time they will release the nominee list, I would be in the air. That would be around maybe 3-4 night in China. Then I will be our airplane has already took off. We are in the air, you understand? So could not have internet connection. I was worried. I couldn't even sleep in the aeroplane. People were sleeping, but I could not. So I had to be, my mind thinking like, man, I have to make it up to this year's GBU awards. I have to be nominated, So my mind was, because I know the work that I have done, through the Alcamba Times and then the stories that I've submitted. This is my first time submitting stories. I had that aim. So I was in Addis Ababa. When I just reached at the airport, I had to link to my phone to ensure that I have connection from the airport Wi-Fi. I was connected. I was scrolling messages. I saw Adam Hassan tagged me in the Majak SUP. Our president is nominated. At that moment, I was proud of myself, and I believe that my hard work that I've invested in that story has paid off. So I was extremely proud at that moment, and I had to tell my colleagues that I've been nominated at that spot. I've been nominated, and they were congratulating me. So since then, I was waiting for another story to come, because I submitted 4. I was waiting for another story to come. When the story came, I would not see myself. I was like, it's only agriculture that I'm nominated. But I was proud. And it was at the moment that I received a lot of messages. Someone calling me online, and I could not pick because I was not online, and I was at Addis. So I had to come. That was in the morning. So we had our transit and came back to Gambia. Had to go by one after to reply a message. So it was a proud moment for me, honestly speaking. So last year, as you are aware, I was, OSA at the GPU Awards night. In 2023, I was present as, a representative of Majak. Majak sent me to represent them at the GPU Awards, and I went there, And 2024, I was an OSAing, award-winning journalist to come on stage. And since then, I told Adam Sane that, boy, next year, I don't know what will happen. But
you're going to be ushered.
Yeah, I told him that I will be part of this board. I will be sitting here, and I will not be an usher. And he told me, you can do it. So I joined the Alcamba Times in December 2024. I think perhaps I'm going before you. But I joined Alcamba. I joined Alcamba 2024, and since then I had the intention that I would write stories that would ensure that I'm nominated GPU. And Alhamdulillah, with the management of Alcamba Times, I have the best editors, let me say, they guided me, and my story was able to be nominated, So I was proud. I was honestly proud. The journey was crazy. I filed a lot of stories. Most of the stories I focus on are future stories, human interest stories. Like the story I'm nominating, we'll talk about it later. That, we look at the story, it requires a lot of patience and hard work.
I was going to ask, like you said you submitted
4 stories.
So which of those stories was actually?
My agricultural story. And that is a story that it's in the Jagali and Pacha rice field, about farmers in Jagali and Pacha rice field who, are exploited by, business men there, or business farms, combined harvesters, that, a particular farmer, if you grow 1 hectare of farm, the harvesters, if your rice is already, you reach the, with the cultivation stage now, to harvest rather, they will charge you 8 bags. A machine is that called the combine harvester that would harvest your entire farm or a hectare, and they'll charge you for 8 bags per just 1 hectare. 8 bags. So that was totally exploitation, and those machines, some of the machines were provided by Ministry of Agriculture to support those farmers. So I received complaints, long before that, complaints about fertilizer problem. They were selling them expired fertilizer in some farm, but they didn't know. So all these are complaints I received. So in fact, that story took almost 9 months. Because season to season, I have not rushed to publish the story. I was taking details, so I combined all these and put in a feature story. So when the story was published, Hilltop FM, Jara and others took the story on their radio. They were reporting on it, and at the same time, they have to call some of the farmers that I've interviewed there, and just to ensure that it's ascertained that it was not a cook story. So, the farmers spoke to them on radio, tell them what the story is in, and Alcamba. It's exactly what's happening here. These people are using us, because we don't know they are taking 8 bags or so. They are not helping the farmers, and government has promised to come and support, but still there is no support. So that was the story that, I wrote at the Alcamba Times.
Yeah, so I think, like you said, your hard work really paid. Because 9 months is not 9 days.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think these are stories that we really need to be talking about. There are a lot of stories out there that people are not talking about, and they're really affecting. Just imagine, farmers are the poorest in this country.
Absolutely.
And they're supposed to be the richest.
Absolutely.
So it's high time we do something about it as journalists. So seeing yourself ahead in future, where are you seeing yourself in the next, let's say, 3 years, 5 years?
Yes. So if you know me, I have targets, and my number 1 target as of now is education, to to learn. And I believe with learning, I stand a better chance of reaching where I want to reach. I don't only aim. Mustafa Dabo Keda will tell us in class that some beliefs are unrealistic, some aims are unrealistic. You are aim this way, and you are not putting any effort. So to ensure you achieve those, aims, that are just unrealistic. It is not possible. So education is my priority right now, and from that, I want to work in the domain of media and information literacy, disinformation, misinformation. I want to be a disinformation analyst. That's my
Fact checker.
I'm a fact checker, yes. The youngest, yes. That was what I call myself. So I have that aim of being, into, a consultant in the area of media and information literacy and a disinformation analyst, you understand? Because the way we are going in this world now, we're evolving into a system whereby, or a generation whereby misinformation and disinformation are growing, and we need people that will come on board to ensure that these things are countered in all possible ways. So it requires a lot of things. So that's my aim. But journalism is part of me, and journalism and media information literacy, so are things that are connected. You understand? So I want to see myself on international headlines. Doing great for the world and doing great for the Gambia. And I hope this could be achieved through education. And right now, my entire focus is on education. And I believe with the right education, I will be able to reach where I definitely want to reach.
So, a lot of young journalists are looking up to you, whether they are sad to say it or not. Both in school, if you're excelling in school, you're doing other things. Also, you have leadership roles. So, what message would you like to give to them?
Yeah, consistency, hard work, and dedication, and take education seriously. I think any voice that I wrote on my status that if you think these degrees and diplomas are just pieces of papers, kindly walk to the secondary market and see if they will sell sacrifice, sleepless night, and whatsoever.
Can you repeat that?
That's why I said, if you believe these degrees and diplomas are mere piece of papers, kindly walk to the secondary market and see if they sell sacrifice, hard work, and sleepless nights. So this is my belief. I believe like whatsoever paper you get, whatsoever education you are pursuing, you have to be dedicated and hard working towards it. People will question them. You are learning, and after all you now have work. That's possible. But putting the effort there, that was help you. So my advice to the young journalist, any young individual is that it's not a magic. I'm just a mere boy from Central River region, from a small village. I did my entire schooling, in fact, in the village from grade 1 to grade 9, to grade 10, in fact. I transferred to Combo here in my grade 11. That was in 2021. Understand? So it's not magic. The only thing that for my code to success is that hard work, dedication, and consistency. I had this intention, like I said last year, I want to be among the nominees in this year's GPU Awards. And I am today. But it's not just a mere, a say or a mere wish that I had in myself, but I had to pursue it what it requires. You understand? I've been writing stories. I've been pursuing stories, here at Vijara Soma. My children's reporting, I submitted one of my stories on the children reporting. And that story was so dear to me because it's about children who beg in Jarasoma, who are abandoned there, they're begging in Jarasoma, and they're almudos. I did that story. But this is my first time, so it's good. Maybe I had some ethical mistakes, which I am not, thinking of. Perhaps the story, or the story they submitted are of high value than the story. Perhaps that might be the case. But I will engage the judges after the GP Awards. I will engage them to know my recommend and feedback where I can improve on. Because this is my first time submitting story for the first time, nominated under a category, and in fact, as the youngest among all the nominees, it's something huge for me. And this nomination alone for me means the world to me. If I can, be nominated in my first year submitting story, that is hope that next year I can, in fact, So I am grateful. So all thing I would tell young people is that consistency, hard work, and dedication. With this coach, they'll be able to achieve a lot.
Yeah. So congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you.
And we are all proud of you. It was a very big moment for all of us. When we saw that message in the group, we were all happy.
I know.
Yeah, our president is nominated. We are all nominated.
I know.
We are winning this, inshallah.
Inshallah, yes,
And
that's the hope.
To have you here again.
Once again, yes, and we remain hopeful. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Inshallah, yes.
Thank you so much. You are always here anytime we call, and we are really, really grateful.
It's a pleasure.
So this brings us to the end of the program, viewers. I hope you've heard everything he said, and I hope it's a source of inspiration to you. So until we meet again next week, this has been the Students Are, and I have been your host, Awade. Bye for now.
dreaming of telling stories that move the world. Whether you see yourself behind the mic, the camera, or the editing set, Majak is your launchpad. Journalist, content creator, filmmaker, photographer, digital media guru. Which one will you be? At the Media Academy for Journalism and Communications, Majak, we turn your passion into your profession. Get hands-on in journalism to break the big stories, digital media production to craft viral content, communications to shape messages that move millions, film and photography to tell your vision in every frame. With fully equipped radio and TV studios, modern computer labs, and pro-grade cameras, we prepare you for the real world of multimedia. Are you ready to make the headlines? Apply today. We are located at Bakau New Town. You can call us today on 53-31545, 53-31545, or 3725-053, 3725-053. You can email us at communications@majak.gm. Better still, you can visit our website www.majak.gm. Majak, your story, your screen, your future.